Welcome back to Worldview. This is the Monday line, the battle of my bulge. 137.9 kilograms. Now that's 301 US pounds or 21.5 stones. No matter how you sliced it, I was and still am obese, and very close to being morbidly so. Now, 5 weeks ago, on the 30th of May, my 6'4" frame and big bones meant my body mass index, or BMI, was a scary 36.6. Now, as of 30 June, it was 34.4. And if I did nothing, I was cruising for another TIA, which is a mini stroke, perhaps a full-blown stroke, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, or worse, in my ever so low and stress deadline-free news reporting world job. Now, I'm not an idiot. Yes, many can debate that point, but hear me out. I knew what I was supposed to do food-wise, and what I was doing was eating on the fly, eating too much of it, whilst launching 2 video channels, Worldview Show, which you see here, and Bookview TV, filming and editing all of the content, running the magazine UK Progressive, and keeping up with 12 social media accounts for about 18 hours each working day. Now, since a 30-hour day and the energy to survive it was nowhere in the offing, I just kept pushing myself, eating poorly and ballooning skyward. Now, my thoughtful interviews with the New York Times best-selling author Michael Moss on his book Salt, Sugar, Fat, and the Dutch nutritionist Carola van Bemmelen on her book 100% suikervrij, which is sugar-free, convinced me it was time to stop making excuses and start taking care of my body, or the chances of living to see my young daughters walk down the aisle for their weddings and beyond were slim to none. The enemies were known. They're the usual suspects: bread, sweets, other carbohydrates, alcohol. These are foods that contain sugar, or worse, my body converted into sugar, putting enormous stress on my liver. The other enemy? My being brought up as a lifelong diamond member of the Clean Plate Club. We were taught waste not, want not, so clean your plate. And when my mother would say, eat your vegetables, there are children starving in India, my Calvin-like reply, remember that strip with the smart aleck kid, Calvin and Hobbes? My smart aleck reply was, give me an envelope, we'll mail it to them. It was a great lesson on gratitude and frugality, but it taught me nothing about appropriate portion sizes. What do you mean I cannot sit here and eat an entire pizza? Didn't teach me a thing about label reading. They do make it hard to decipher here. Or understanding a very simple life principle. When they say you are what you eat, they mean it. So life was a series of boom and bust, feast or famine activities that worked for a period, but were gradually replaced with something else. Now, all of diet science, all of it, can be broken down into one simple formula, and you don't have to pay a lot of money to learn this one. Eat less calories than you burn off in a day, you're going to lose weight. If you eat more calories than you burn off, you're going to gain weight. So move over, weight loss gurus. If you consume 2,000 calories in a day, you have to find a way to burn 2,400 to see a difference over time. And while it did not take just a few days to add all this extra weight, the expectation, of course, is that we can burn it off overnight. Well, I called bullpucky there, boss. Been there, done that. Crash diets don't work. Diets don't work. Fasts don't work. Changing habits does work. The sugar challenge Carola started, it works. Cut out the sugars everywhere, you feel better. The trick? I've now become a voracious label reader. And as Michael Moss showed us in his segment in Sugar, Salt, Sugar, Fat, we as consumers are royally screwed unless and until we start paying attention. We're trying to lose weight in an environment where food corporations are only interested in taste, because every time one company tries to do the responsible thing, someone creates a product to undercut them, because consumers vote with their mouth and their feet on taste. So we have this vicious circle of fat and obesity that is consuming us all. Indeed, the food companies work their darndest to create something called the bliss point in processed foods. It's the intersection of salt, sugar, and fat at maximum levels to heighten taste before it just slips over the line into being either too sweet, too salty, or too fatty. So imagine my surprise to learn that something as simple as my morning bowl of Special K cereal contained 17 grams of sugar. Now, switching to rice puffs cut that in half. Taking half rice puffs and half oat bran managed to cut it further to 3 grams. Better, but not completely gone. It's an unfair fight. There is sugar, and actually we're talking high fructose corn syrup, in everything, even things you could not possibly imagine. Toothpaste and meat come to mind. They have sugar in them. And then there's the labeling that say, oh, low fat or no fat. But if you consume the calories in sugar or other areas, what difference does it make? It's going to take time and a commitment. So no more ready meals for me. There's too much salt and fat in those. Almost half of my grocery spend is on fresh fruit and raw veg. I eat a lot of raw foods and drink 2 liters of water over the course of each day. Of course, being the age I am, I also take 3 to 4 trips to the loo at night. But the morning scale read is the benefit in the end. So I'm left with one chance here, exposing myself to being shamed by you, dear viewers, and reporting back on progress over the next several months. Month number 1 was encouraging. 7.5 kilograms lost. That's 16.5 pounds, or a little over a stone. Now the target is 100 kilos or 220-pound weight by Thanksgiving. I ran this past Sunday my first serious 2 miles in 27 minutes. It's roughly 17 minutes a mile. That is way off my 2009 half-marathon pace of 13 minutes per mile. The key, though, I'm moving again. And I really do need your help to stay honest with you and myself. This is a bit tougher week, and I know there'll be more, so I hope we're all in this together. I want to look like the guy in the photo on the left of this main story in 6 months, rather than the one sitting in front of the banner. And perhaps maybe then I'll run another half marathon versus the carb-loading guy you see before you now. Will you help? Will you join me? Will you volunteer to kick my butt? I hope you will. Thanks. We'll be right back.